One of the great mysteries of the new coronavirus is why it causes only mild disease in most people but turns fatal for others. In many cases, it seems the worst damage may be driven by a deranged immune response to the infection rather than the virus itself. In many of the sickest patients with COVID-19, their blood is steaming with high levels of immune system proteins called cytokines. Scientists believe these cytokines are evidence of an immune response called a cytokine storm, where the body starts to attack its own cells and tissues rather than just fighting off the virus. Yogurt is a fermented probiotic dairy drink. Molecules in this fermented probiotic drink seem to alleviate cytokine storm, which is the major cause of COVID-19 death. In India and many more countries, yogurt is a traditional drink consumed every day with meals and otherwise. Professor Raj Jeling and Ms. Orit Malka at the Ben-Gurion University of the Negev, Israel, have identified molecules in a type of yogurt, Kefir, which can fight pathogenic bacteria and block communication between cells. This approach can be promising to fight antibiotic resistant bacteria in this COVID times. Lockdown-like restrictions across Maharashtra due to the second wave of COVID-19 has impacted demand for milk and milk products, hitting sales by at least 40 to 60%. With supply exceeding demand, dairies have reduced their procurement prices by Rs 4 to 5 per litre in the last fortnight. As a result, farmers are now being paid Rs 26-27 per litre instead of 30-32 per litre. From an average per day sales of 1.2 crore litres, of which 95 lakh litres is sold in milk pouches, the sale of milk has now dropped down to 50 lakh litres, with dairies being forced to convert the rest to skim milk powder. Last year in March, milk prices had dropped down to 17-18 per litre, but the prices improved to Rs 31-32 per litre later. According to Dashrath Mane, the present accumulated SMP stock in Maharashtra would be around 35,000 tons and 15,000 tons of butter, while nationally the SMP stock would be around 1.5 lakh tons. The government needs to intervene, help dairies with export incentives to bring stability to the market, he said. SMP prices are currently between Rs 170 to Rs 200 per kg and were around 250 to 260 per kg after the market recovered post the first COVID lockdown almost a month before. A recent government circular in Gujarat told all the dairy unions in the state that Banaskantha District Cooperative Milk Producer Union Banas Dairy has set up an oxygen plant with a capacity of 20 cubic meters per hour to quickly provide oxygen for COVID-19 patients. They are also setting up another 50 cubic meter plant. Precious lives can be saved by timely support of oxygen to COVID-19 patients. In order to ensure adequate supplies of oxygen in across the state, you are directed to set up an oxygen plant under your dairy union. The district administrations will help in sourcing of technical details and equipment for the plant that uses pressure swing adsorption or PSA technology. The project cost ranges between Rs 35 to 45 lakhs for 480 cubic meter per day capacity. Shamal Bhai Patel, chairman of Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation, told Business Line that all the dairy unions are positive about the initiative and have shown their readiness to fund the project. The ongoing lockdown due to COVID-19 case surge and the resultant dip in demand are once again plaguing the dairy industry. RS Sodhi MD GCMMF said ice cream sale is almost one-third of what it was during the same period in 2019. Items like cheese, butter, paneer and skim milk powder, which form the bulk of what the industry calls Horeca, have reported the lowest sales. The direct result of this slump in demand has been a collapse of commodity prices. Sodhi said the low demand for SMP has seen prices which were in the range of 260 to 265 per kg corrected to the present rates of 225 to 230. Other dairies have reported prices falling to 215 to 220 per kg. This correction in domestic markets come even as international SMP prices continue to remain robust. Latest GDT prices has seen a slight correction of $3,365 per ton from the previous high of $3,367 per ton. These are still the highest prices the platform has seen in the last 5 years. At present, India has around 1.15 lakh tons of SMP and about 30,000 tons of white butter stocks. Shri Arun Raste, Executive Director of National Dairy Development Board, will take over as the new Managing Director and CEO of Agriculture Focused National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange. His appointment is valid for 5 years. Raste will join NCDEX in due course of time, said the exchange in a statement. Earlier, market regulator SEBI had approved the appointment of Mr. Raste. Prior to his stint with NDDB, he had worked with organizations like IDFC First Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, NABARD, ACC Cement, and a non-profit NGO IRFT. He served as a director on the board of Indian Immunological and Mother Dairy Fruits and Vegetable. He holds BA and MA degree in economics and also holds postgraduate diploma in marketing management and postgraduate diploma in communication and journalism. TDP spokesperson K. Patabbi Ram asserted that the AP government had no right to meddle in the affairs of the Sangam Dairy since it had no shares in the milk producers companies which was being owned by over 1.2 lakh dairy farmers spread over the Krishna and Guntur districts. He clarified that all the lands currently in possession of the Sangam Dairy were bought with the funds collected from the lakhs of milk farmers who donated a day milk collection in those days. At one time, it was true that Sangam received the AP government funds of Rs 81 lakh, but the same was repaid by taking a loan from the NDDB in 1997 itself. Patabbi clarified to the YSRCP government that 367 societies of farmers owned Sangam Dairy while Dhulipala Narendra Kumar became its chairman only after they elected him. It was after Narendra became chairman that the turnover of Sangam Dairy increased from Rs 200 crores to Rs 1000 crores. The chilling centers also went up from 3 to 30. In the last 10 years, Sangam Dairy has paid a bonus of Rs 206 crores to its shareholding milk farmers. The government had no jurisdiction over it. The TDP leader questioned the locus standi of the Tenali sub-collector to come and take charge of the Sangam Dairy, forgetting the fact that NDDB has formed it into a producer's company. The COVID-19 pandemic caused several hiccups and setbacks for a lot of industry, the economic crisis, trade disputes, disruptive supply chains and so on. As per Grey B report, 11 trends under 3 categories of high, medium and low impact have been identified as follows for the dairy sector. In high impact product segments, the trends are plant-based milk, dairy-based snacks, low sugar dairy, functional foods. Under medium impact, we have controlling GHG emission, as the global demand for food is projected to double by 2050 and more than 80% of the world's population consumes liquid or other dairy products on a daily basis. The next trend is blockchain-based dairy supply chain and lab-based dairy. And finally, under low impact product segment, we have trends like innovation in transporting dairy business across long distances. These innovations are also being patented by the respective companies. For example, the patent by Magnoid Dairy mentions a milk concentration method that uses osmosis to preserve the milk. The other trend remains as improved livestock monitoring, mastitis detection and cheese production.
Thanks for watching Dairy News 7x7 channel with news update from last 7 days. To continue receiving update from this channel, I Kuldeep Sharma request you to subscribe this channel and share and like the video, and also don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.